The Puente Hills Mall is a shopping mall in the City of Industry, California that opened in 1974.
This readout tells you where you're going, this one tells you where you are, this one tells you where you were. You input.
If you've clicked onto this video, then you know what today is. It's Monday, Mall Madness. Every Monday I'll be releasing a new video on a defunct or maybe not so defunct mall and its history. Make sure you stick around to the very end of the videos. I'd like to see if you, the viewer, are paying attention. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for my latest mall video, defunct store, occasional throwback Thursday, or soda history. Leave a suggestion about a future video or memories of this mall. Thanks. Plans for the Eastern San Gabriel Valley Shopping Center was announced in August of 1972. A fully enclosed shopping center would occupy a 94-acre tract located 21 miles east of downtown Los Angeles. The site, within the City of Industry, was adjacent to the recently opened Pomona Freeway. The 1.1 million square foot two-level shopping mall would be the first of 3 malls to be completed in the San Gabriel Valley that would be air-conditioned and enclosed, taxing the viability of the older open-air Eastland Shopping Center in Covina. The promises of an indoor climate in the Puente Hills Mall raised concerns as the nation was undergoing an oil embargo crisis. 2 other shopping centers to follow were the Fashion Park in Arcadia and the Fashion Plaza in West Covina. These developments surely foiled the work of the Puente Hills Community Coalition that had, as late as 1972, worked to curtail home construction in places like Diamond Bar, Rowland Heights, the Workman Mill area, and La Habra Heights. Even before the Puente Hills Mall was completed, the developer, Western Harness Racing Incorporated, unveiled another plan to build Puente Hills East, automotive shopping center, home furnishing center, as well as offices to be completed in 1979. The Puente Hills Mall opened in March of 1974. It was anchored by a 3-level, 160,000 square foot The Broadway, which opened on February 18, 1974, and a 2-level, 158,000 square foot J.W. Robinson's that opened a month later. There were 50 shops inside, including high-concept experiments like the bizarro animatronic churro shop called Whimsy Works. The mall would also hold outlandish promotions, including a Renaissance fair where Lady Godiva, portrayed by a Playboy playmate, would ride through the mall on her white horse. A month after opening, more anchors followed, with a 2-level, 129,000 square foot Sears. The fourth and final anchor, a 2-level, 150,000 square foot JCPenney, welcomed its first shoppers on April 16, 1975. In 1975, a young couple were married in the Central Court with wardrobe, hair, jewelry, and honeymoon car, all provided by the shops around them. The Puente Hills Mall housed 125 stores and services. Charter tenants included Harrison Frank Menswear, Florsheim Shoes, Rubble Shops Menswear, The Gap, Security Pacific Bank, and Pacific Federal Savings. There were also outparcel businesses as well, such as the Sears Auto Center, Broadway Tire Center, Penny's Auto Center, and a Bank of America branch. One of the mall's original tenants were the first Foot Locker store, Jack's or Better, Roda Viva, and the Velvet Turtle. The freestanding American Multi-Cinema, or AMC, Puente Mall 6, opened on December 22, 1974. By September of 1975, the mall had 152 shops and announced plans for an adjacent 41-acre auto mall and home improvement district. It was a place where families congregated, teenagers hung out, and everyone shopped. The mall would be commonly full of shoppers. A second freestanding venue, the AMC Puente East 4, was inaugurated in April 4th, 1980. The Puente Hills Mall was used during the on-location filming for Back to the Future. In the film, it became the Twin Pines, or Lone Pine Mall, in January of 1985. The mall's parking lot was the backdrop of the iconic Back to the Future scene. You could see the iconic Robinsons and JCPenney facades in the background. A Ross Dress for Less store can be seen in the strip mall across the street. People soon began calling this the Back to the Future Mall. The primary retail mall competitors included the Whitwood Town Center, which was built in 1956, West Covina Fashion Plaza, or Westfield West Covina, in 1962, the Brea Mall in 1977, and the Montebello Town Center in 1988. All of these malls substantially hurt business at Puente Hills, starting a long cycle of decline. Some of the key focal points of the original mall was its fountain court with a polished granite fountain and octagonal skylight, as well as the large round clock that was suspended over it. Their area was remodeled in 1991 when a 1907 vintage carousel was installed. One of the most shocking incidents occurred in 1991 when a murder spree occurred, leading to multiple arrests and life sentences for the perpetrators. Murder convictions were returned against 2 women and 2 men accused of a string of brutal kidnappings, robberies, and killings dubbed the Mall Murders. 5 people were slain, including 2 women kidnapped in broad daylight from the Puente Hills Mall in the City of Industry, the killings that gave the case its name. The malls were considered so cold-blooded and brutal that special circumstances allegations were added, making the 4 subject to the death penalty. The 4 were convicted on a total of 78 felony counts for crimes committed from July 5th to August 27th, 1991. In January of 1993, J.W. Robinson's closed. It reopened as a rebranded Robinson's May, which was a result of a merger when May Company California absorbed J.W. Robinson stores. Federated Department Stores of Cincinnati bought Los Angeles' The Broadway chain. As a result, in February of 1996, The Broadway closed. A slow downward spiral of the mall was hastened. In 1996, Puente Hills Mall was nearly empty by then. The 1.2 million square foot center had lost its Broadway department store when the chain closed its doors, and many of the other tenants had left as well. The Krause's company acquired the shopping center, which at this point was now 49% vacant, in August of 1996. Shortly after the purchase, JCPenney closed, leaving only 2 anchors, Sears and Robinson's May. JCPenney's closure caused the southwest wing of the mall to die. A $35 million renovation started, which included demolition of the vacant The Broadway. It was replaced with a new entertainment wing anchored by a AMC Puente Hills 20 and a 9-bay food court. The state-of-the-art megaplex showed its first features on April 18, 1997. In addition to this renovation in November of 1997, an 11,000 square foot slam site opened next to the AMC, an attraction that offered a variety of virtual reality and interactive games. In the same month, the mall signed a 21,000 square foot lease with Sportstown USA, which brought organized competitive arena hockey and soccer to the center, and a 250-seat, 7-unit food court opened in the entertainment wing. The renovation's second phase was completed with the unveiling of a new center court. The existing carousel was replaced with the sights and sounds of a river that flowed around the center court and emptied into a lake. The mall's new waterways were stocked with fish, and the surrounding common area featured a landscaped coffee garden with seating for shoppers. Borders Books and Music also opened on the second level next to the AMC. Todai Restaurant also opened on the bottom level near the Robinson's May, as well as Hollytron, an Asian-owned home electronics retailer, had taken a 24,000 square foot space next to Sears. The late 90s renovation had gotten rid of the carousel as noted before, and a new feature called Sundance, a solar spectrum apparatus, was added. This directed a ray of sunlight into the court area where there was now a stream, waterfall, and a koi pond. The vacant JCPenney store was gutted and reconfigured as part of a power center wing, housing several big box tenants. Circuit City moved into the former JCPenney section of the upper level. An 82,000 square foot Burlington coat factory opened in October of 1998, along with a 59,000 square foot Linen and Things. The Spectrum Fitness Center, occupying 2 levels and 47,000 square feet, was dedicated in May of 1999. Ross Dress for Less joined the mall's roster in 1998, breathing new life into the shopping center. Freshly renovated, repositioned, and revitalized, the Puente Hills Mall was 90% leased by 1998. The revitalized property was sold to a joint venture headed by Santa Ana, California's Pasco Real Estate Enterprises in May of 2003 for $148 million. The mall changed hands again in November of 2005 when it was acquired by Glimcher Realty Trust for $170 million. In September of 2006, the Robinson's May store was closed. The mall reopened as a rebranded Macy's. Soon after, Glimcher Realty Trust embarked on a $16 million mall renovation. New hardwood floors, carpeting, landscaping, and soft seating areas were installed, and the food court refurbished. The solar and water features were also removed. An East Asian-style koi pond was removed as of 2006, and the koi were moved to Sycamore Lake at Rose Hills Memorial Park in Whittier. The mall underwent a full interior makeover in 2007 after the removal of the koi pond. This renovation catered to the region's Asian community. Certain aspects of the mall were redesigned to comply with the feng shui. The renovation and the remarketing proved successful as nearly all of the mall's 155 store spaces were soon leased. In September of 2006, Borders closed its doors, followed by Linen and Things, Circuit City, and Comp USA in 2008 and 2009. These closures indicated a changing retail landscape. Linen and Things gave way to Warehouse Furniture Outlet. A Round 1 bowling and amusement center opened in the store space in August of 2010. The Spectrum Club morphed into the 24-hour fitness, with the Venetian Furniture Gallery being preceded by Toys R Us. By the 2000s, you may have remembered some of these stores at the mall: American Eagle Outfitters, American Greetings Cards and Gifts, Anchor Blue Apparel, Auntie Anne's Pretzels, Baskin-Robbins Ice Cream, Bath & Body Works Cosmetics, Cartoon Field, Champs Sporting Goods, Charlotte Russe, Chloe Accessories, Singular, Claire's Boutique, Dairy Queen, Orange Julius, Daniel's Jewelers, Dippin' Dots Ice Cream, Disney Character Warehouse, EB Games, Elegant Home Furnishings, Foot Action USA, Foot Locker, Photo World, GNC, Hollister's, Hot Dog on a Stick, Hot Topic, Juice It Up, Kelly's Coffee and Fudge Factory, Kids by Design, Luxury Perfumes, Motherhood Maternity, Mrs. Fields Cookies, MS Wireless Singular, Oba Oba, Old Navy, Pacific Sun, Papaya Clothing, Payless Shoe Source, Perfume Mania, Quiznos Classic Subs, Radio Shack, Sanrio Surprise, C's Candy, Sprint, Sunglass Hut, Sweet Market, Swiss Watch Gallery, The Children's Place, The Gap Apparel, Things Remembered, Tilt Video Arcade, and Victoria's Secret. The newest addition to the mall was the Toys R Us, which opened its doors on June 2011, taking the spot previously occupied by Circuit City. Toys R Us had formerly been located at the plaza at Puente Hills on Gale Avenue in City of Industry, where the Franken Sons was next door. In May of 2014, the Simon Group created a spin-off real estate investment trust known as the Washington Prime Group. It merged with the Glimcher Realty Trust in early 2015. The Puente Hills Mall was sold to Arcadia, California's Cam Sang Company in May of the same year. Cam Sang of Arcadia was an independent investor with limited resources and poor management. Plans were drawn up for a major renovation and expansion. It was created by a Newmark Grubb Knight Frank firm of Newport Beach. During a three-phase project, over 160,000 square feet of new store space would be constructed. Open-air plazas containing between 32 to 47,000 leasable square feet would be added in 4 directions. 2 parking garages would be built northwest and east of the existing mall, with new landscaping installed in all surface parking areas. Interior spaces would be refurbished. The food court expanded from 9 bays to 19 and would be joined by an eatery food hall created out of existing entertainment wing space. Lastly, the adjacent Puente Hills 20 megaplex would have been refurbished. But those plans never came to fruition. Over the coming years, stores such as Foot Locker, Champs Sports, Fanatics, Bath & Body Works, and Victoria's Secret all closed. The aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic and major store closings caused the renovation plans to be delayed indefinitely, if not totally abandoned. The Toys R Us store closed on April 15, 2018. In September, Sears closed. In January of 2020, Forever 21 closed. In March of 2022, Macy's closed. In mid-2023, the mall housed 68 tenants with 87 vacant store spaces. In September of 2024, RCB Equities in LA's Mid-Wilshire District and Real Estate Development Associates of Newport Beach recently obtained a $115 million acquisition loan to purchase the 56-acre City of Industry property. In late 2024, the Burlington Coat Factory quietly closed its doors. In March of 2025, authorities were searching for 2 people who they say ran over another man in the parking lot of the Puente Hills Mall. The incident happened before 1 a.m. outside the Round 1 Bowling and Arcade. According to the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, a fight broke out as a group was leaving the venue. In June of 2025, the 24-Hour Fitness, which had been there for almost 15 years, closed. I have many memories of this mall. I've been coming to this mall since 1981, and I've seen when this place was packed with people. I remember when the mall had the ponds and the streams, and I would see movies at the AMC 20, read the magazines at the Borders Books, buy toys for my kids at the Toys R Us, walk the mall and shop here. Today, I still come to the mall and go to the collector's outlet to look for baseball cards. I've always make it a point to see the iconic Twin Pines Mall sign. Today, there are very few stores left at this mall. In fact, only 3 anchored tenants remain: Ross Dress for Less, Round 1, and AMC 20, and perhaps at most less than 10 stores are left. This is definitely a dead mall, and I'm really sad to see, with numerous empty storefronts and plenty of label scars, foot traffic has significantly declined. It's a sad reality, especially for those who remember the mall in its heyday. Congratulations! You made it this far into the video.
When I find you.
Pop quiz, hotshot.
So let's see how close you were paying attention to my video. So how many anchor stores closed or changed their names at this mall? So if your answer is 8. Give yourself a hand. You were paying attention. Thanks for watching. So what do you remember about this mall? Leave a comment or some more details that I may have missed, or maybe even a suggestion for a future mall video you would like to see. Don't forget to hit that like button and please subscribe to Eric C. Productions. Thanks for watching.